LG G Styler Boost Mobile User HD here, and today I'm doing a video about Sprint blocking loophole that allows new prepaid phones on Sprint MVNOs, guys. I'm on prepaidphonenews.com. This article will be linked in the description of this video, and I suggest y'all guys go check it out and read it for yourself. So if you guys are on one of the MVNOs like Freedom Pop, Ring Plus, or Tango, or any other Sprint MVNO that aren't Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, or Sprint Prepaid, alright guys. So read this article here. And yeah, this will be very important for those for those of you who are on them small MVNOs from Sprint. All right. Says in the first paragraph, guys, effective April 17th, 2016, which is a few weeks away. Sprint will no longer allow new, never activated Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, or Sprint prepaid phones to be activated on Sprint MVNOs like Ting, Freedom Pop, or Ring Plus, or any of those MVNOs that use Sprint towers. Okay. The struggling CDMA carrier will make a change to its MVNO activation system that result in the rejection of any phone from its Boost, Virgin, or Sprint prepaid brands unless that phone has been used at least 12 months on the Sprint prepaid carrier brand it was sold for, like LG Vault for Boost Mobile or LG Vault 2 for Virgin Mobile, whatever the case may be. The change was announced by Ring Plus CEO Carl Seeley in a forum post today. As Seeley points out in the post, this is not a policy change by Sprint, but the closing of the loophole. Prepaid devices were always supposed to be blocked from MVNO activation until they had been aged for 12 months on their original carrier on their original Sprint prepaid brand, like Boost Mobile or Virgin Mobile. But Sprint's MVNO device activation software, whether by accident or design, will allow brand new prepaid devices to be activated, provided the phone has never been activated on the Sprint prepaid brand it was intended for, like the LG Vault for Boost Mobile, as an example, or Moto E for Boost Mobile, whatever. There's some examples there, right? The loophole seems to have been introduced shortly after Sprint revived its re- revived revised their rules for MVNO activation last February to start allowing prepaid phones on MVNOs after 12 months aging. Before that change, Sprint prepaid phones were completely blocked on MVNOs. As word of loophole spread, the guy who wrote this article said that he's sure that many thousands of inexpensive Boost or Virgin Mobile phones like the Moto E's or LG Vaults from 2014 were activated on Sprint MVNOs like Ting or Freedom Pop or whatnot. The unlocked GSM version of the second generation Moto E LTE lists for 120, and even now its EOL, I'm not sure what that is exactly, goes for about $90 on Amazon. Boost, on the other hand, Virgin and Sprint prepaid Moto E's are widely available for $30 or $40 from big box retailers. With the closure of the prepaid loophole, the supply of inexpensive phones for Sprint MVNOs is likely to dry up. That could mean slower growth for Sprint MVNOs, especially ones that depend on bring your own phone like Ring Plus, Freedom Pop, or Tink. Okay. Freedom Pop has always relied more on selling attractive price, most postpaid pre-owned Sprint phones that have been cleared for MVNO, so they will probably and be impacted less. There's a lot of stuff out here, guys, based on Carl Seeling post. The guy who wrote this article says that he thinks that the post April 16th activation situation on Sprint MVNOs will look something like this. Any Boost, Virgin, or Sprint prepaid phone that hasn't been used as a Boost, Virgin, or Sprint prepaid phone for at least 12 months will no longer be allowed to be activated on any Sprint MVNO. That's the first bullet point. The second bullet point: Boost, Virgin, or Sprint prepaid phones that are currently active on a Sprint MVNO will be grandfathered and can remain on the MVNO indefinitely, provided they are never deactivated. That's the second bullet point. The third bullet point says Boost, Virgin, or Sprint prepaid phones that were deactivated from a Sprint MVNO cannot be reactivated on any Sprint MVNO unless they are used on their respective Sprint prepaid brands for 12 months. Like, say LG Volt for Boost Mobile or Moto E for Boost Mobile, whatever. That's what that means. And the fourth bullet point, the guy who wrote this article, he says that he thinks that the plan changes will be okay for grandfathered phones, but phone swaps and probably phone number changes will cause grandfathered phones to get deactivated. The fifth bullet point says there should be no changes to the rules for postpaid phones. They have been free of any financial obligation to Sprint to be used on an MVNO, like Boost Mobile. That has to bring certain Sprint phones to Boost. That means fully paid for, out of contract, no EIP payments due, or and not last used by a customer whose account is suspended for non-payment. The sixth bullet point says Sprint network capable iPhone and Nexus phones purchased at full price from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store should still be usable immediately on Sprint MVNOs. So that's a lot of stuff there. So to keep this bullet points in mind, guys. So keep this bullet points in mind. It's a very important bullet point. So keep those in mind. All right. In the last paragraph we go here, it says, of course, what really matters is not what Sprint says the rules are, but how the new rules are implemented in software. The changes Sprint made last February were very buggy when it first introduced and blocked the activation of large numbers of phones that should have been eligible. Once again, anything could happen if you have a phone, prepaid or not, that you want to use on this Sprint MVNO. The guy who read this article says he recommends activating it before April 17th to avoid any chaos that's likely to follow the Sprint rule change. So, yeah, y'all guys can check it out. And y'all guys can read people's comments at the bottom of this article here. So, yeah, so they're going basically Sprint's gonna block new prepaid phones to be activated on the MVNOs. Like, if you buy a Boost Mobile phone, you can't just take it to you can't just take the Ring Plus or nothing like that. Or if you buy like a Boost Mobile phone, you can't take the Freedom Pop or nothing like that. So check out this article, guys. It has some details in there, some bullet points. So go check out some bullet points, guys. Those will really be helpful there. So yeah, I suggest y'all guys go read this article, guys, if it affects y'all. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, guys. It really helps me out a lot. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my video. Peace.